Extinction Rebellion, what's going on? There's people dressed up as clowns, there's women in red capes like some out of Star Wars, it's all over Europe, it's all over America, Canada, Australia, they're everywhere again saying, we're all going to die in 10 years if you don't stop your wicked ways, stop using your car, but they all drove there. What's going on? I'll tell you, join me in the Templar Report. Hello again, Jim Dowson here on the Templar Report. I'd like to speak to you today about this, these climate change protests is still going on all around the world. The whole movement is known as Extinction Rebellion, because somebody's told these people, and they believe it, because they're crazy lefty liberals, that the world will end in 12 years if we don't sort ourselves out. Sounds ridiculous. But, you know, most of the cities in the West have been blocked this week. London, Glasgow, Dublin, New York, all over the place. Berlin, everywhere. With these people. Who the hell are these people? Well, you just seen the opening picture there of that guy dressed as a clown getting carried away. I mean, this is insane. And everywhere you look, they're dancing, they're playing music, they're blowing whistles, and they're absolutely, you know, they're getting upset. They genuinely believe that unless we immediately stop carbon footprint and burning fossil fuels and that, the world will end in 12 years. Well, the vast majority of them believe this because they're daft, they're mental, they're sort of middle class or they're school kids. But if you look at some of the tweets, and I want to show you one here. You see that? Main reason is, they're saying, the people behind this are saying, this is the best way to pull down capitalism. To pull down capitalism. So that's the real reason behind it. And sadly, there's enough deluded and easily led fools that are going along to these things, not knowing that the real reason for them is to destroy our Western societies. Now, you know, I've got problems with the rampant capitalism we've got right now. It's nothing more than greed. But we are all based on capitalist societies. Now, we do have to adjust it. We have to clean the act up a bit. But these people want to destroy it because they are hardcore Marxists. But 90% of the people get out in the streets have no idea of that. They actually believe the hogwash they've been told that in 12 years the world will end if we in the West don't stop polluting. Now, even if we in the West stop polluting immediately, tomorrow, places like China, India, and the emerging Far Eastern economies, they'll quite easily fill up the pollution that we've gave up. No problem at all. So it shows you how ludicrous this is and how stupid it is and how infantile it is. But again, it's just been used by hardcore political Marxists to destroy society. Remember, Marxists want to destroy everything and then rebuild it again. That's the whole raison d'etre of Marxism. But as you see in that tweet, that's what they're at. But, you know, look at them. They're dancing all over the street. Have a look. I mean, it's like a party time. And the thing is, you've got to ask yourself, this is like on a Monday or Tuesday afternoon when all of us normal people are at our work trying to make a living. So who are these people? Well, if you go and ask them, and I have, they're nearly all civil servants. What does that mean? Well, it means they're getting time off work. Trade unions are strong-arming bosses telling all their workers out with no penalties. They're still getting paid. They're still getting paid for taking that day off and dancing about London or New York. They're still getting paid. And the other part of the crowd, half the crowd, are school kids. Now, here's the thing. In the UK, I don't know if it's the same in America, but in the UK, if you take your kid out to school to go on holiday and you miss a day, you will receive a summons. You will go to court. You will be fined. And you could, and it's happened many times, be put in jail for taking your kid out of school. But here we have, over the last couple of weeks, millions of school pupils out of school on the streets. Nothing said. Do you see how ingrained this is in society? It's quite unbelievable. And you've got to wonder, what kind of collective insanity is going on here? And you might think, Jim, that's strong. You're saying, you know, these people have got strong feelings, but you're saying they're insane. I am actually saying they're insane, and I mean it in the true medical sense, they are insane. They are totally mad, and they've lost all grasp of reality. Have a look at this guy.
I'm just a father of 2 children that's very frightened of their futures.
This is a grown man. This is a grown man on the ground with a picture of his kids crying his eyes out. Well, the planet's going to end and my kids are going to die. Ah. Listen, in a normal society, that man's kids would be classed as being in danger because their father is emotionally unhinged, unbalanced, bonkers, off his head. The same guy will probably support abortion, which kills children. He'll probably be fine with that. He'll support Antifa. He'll support all the crazy left-wing Marxist ideologies under the sun. He'll support that gender stuff and all that. He'll support all of that stuff, being gender neutral and everything. Things that are really damaging his family and things that are really a threat to his 2 children that he's crying on the street like a big idiot about. He'll support all of that, and he'll support mass immigration, which is destroying this country and will probably kill his kids quicker than the depletion of the Amazon rainforest. But look, the guy's mad. He's so emotionally disturbed. He's lying on the ground in front of total strangers crying his eyes out. Good grief. Grow up, man. It's embarrassing. And then we have people like this, the clown army. Have a look at this. Now, I had an unfortunate incident many years ago when the G8 was held in Scotland. I was driving along the motorway, quite the thing, and all of a sudden about 200 of these clowns come out of field and just crossed the motorway. Thankfully, the Scottish police beat the bejesus out of them with batons, which was fantastic. Get rid of them, get them off the road, because it's dangerous to be wandering about a motorway. They could have got killed, or they could have killed somebody else with their stupid behaviour. But who are these people? Where do these people live? What do they do? I mean, how do you get yourself as nutty as that without being an institution? And if you're in there, you can't get out. So these people are living amongst us. It's terrifying. Then I want to show you this particular crowd. Now, the visuals are brilliant. They've done a really good job. But just think how much money, how much time, how much effort these people... I was going to say women, but I noticed a couple of guys in among... Well, I say guys loosely. And amongst them, they're called the Red Brigade. Wow, what do you make of that? It's like the Game of Thrones or something, or Star Wars. Bonkers. And I was watching the Twitter feeds and reporters from the mainstream media, the big newspapers like the Daily Mail, the Telegraph, the Times of London, they were reporting, oh, the Red Brigade's just arrived at Waterloo Station, as if it was the Prussian cavalry or something at Waterloo. You know, so what? So what? A couple of dozen nutty crackpots have dressed themselves up like Star Wars characters and marched into London as if, whoa, that's it. The world's trembling in front of them. You know, this is all heading towards a civil war, and I can't wait to a civil war because these people will make mincemeat out of them in about 15 seconds. They're nutters. It would almost be pitiful to deal with these folk because they're obviously not right in the head. But the money and time and effort that this Red Brigades went to make themselves look like that, what does it mean? How is that stopping your carbon footprint? How is that doing anything? In fact, the very opposite. They've probably run about the town in their 4x4 Jeeps because these are all rich people. These are all middle class and rich people doing this. Working class people don't have the time. We're out of work trying to make a living. But these people have probably burnt up thousands of gallons in fuel trying to get all that clobber together, all that gear together. And it's interesting because we have this crowd, this so-called Red Brigade. Interesting that they're named after a Marxist terror killer gang of the 1970s that came out of Italy. I don't know, some of the older people remember that, the Red Brigade. I remember the Red Brigade, and they didn't look like that. But I don't think why would you call yourself after a terror gang who murdered masses of people unless you're in some way, shape or form supportive of them? You certainly wouldn't use their name, would you? You know? If somebody called himself the Adolf Hitler Brigade, you'd say it away, Nazis. For them to say, no, you've got that wrong, but none to do it, you'd say, really? Okay. Call yourself the Nazi Brigade, you're none to do it? Come on, grow up. So that's what we're up, that's what we're faced with these mad people. And then we have my old favourites, these kind of crusties, eco-warriors, who just lie about all day and don't seem to do anything at all. But this is organised. It is run from a central command, and as I showed you the text earlier, this is being controlled by very, very clever, hardcore Marxists who have managed with the help of people like, we call it, we think Greta Thunberg, who openly wears an Antifa t-shirt, so she's part of that gang. So these people have got together and have conspired to fool millions of the general public and suck them into their Marxist campaign and plot to down the whole of Western society. It's happening in Britain, it's happening in America, it's happening in Germany, it's happening in France, it's happening in Australia, it's happening in New Zealand, it's happening in Canada, it's happening all over. So, you know, Templars are known for predicting doom and gloom. Well, we wish we weren't, but that's the way it is. And I'm telling you, these people are gearing up for a civil war. They may look colourful and funny, they're all dancing about the streets and that, but remember, you only need a small core at the top to be organising this and pulling the strings to their agenda, which is extreme Marxism, which is the destruction of Western societies. And I really believe that these people are preparing for a civil war, for a full-out attack on our societies. And the question is, when that day comes, where will you be? Now, I know a lot of Americans are armed to the teeth, and mainly military people, and they're ready for it. That's great. But are you really ready? Even in America, are you organised? Are you coordinated enough to get this together? And in England, people do bugger all, apart from sit moaning and watching videos. Listen, it's great, you're watching videos, it's brilliant. But there needs to be more of it. So I would say to people, if you're not a part of an international movement, all you can do is basically whatever's in your immediate vicinity. That won't be enough. We have to act in unison as an international movement. So I would advise people, for the common storm, to shelter from the common storm, to join the Knights Templar organisation. After you watch this video, you've got to like the video, click subscribe, press the bell, then you'll get notifications. At least then you're in contact. And if you can, comment below. I'd like to see your thoughts on this. So remember, like the video, click subscribe, press the bell thing, and you'll be hooked up. But go on to the website as well, which is KnightsTemplarOrder.com. KnightsTemplarOrder.com. Go on to there at the top, you'll see there's the join facilities and things like that. There's all the details about us. Have a good read at it. Make sure you're suitable. We don't take lunatics, cranks, or crackpots. We want decent, upstanding men and women who are serious about what their beliefs are, and serious about defending everything they hold dear. Because I'm absolutely convinced what you're seeing now, and you're seeing in America with the impeachment of President Trump, and you're seeing in Britain with the destruction of the Brexit vote, these people have no regard whatsoever for democracy. None. They have no regard for the will of the people. These people actually are like the Soviets. Some people want to call them fascists, but these people are dangerous, and they will launch an all-out attack soon to down Western civilization. And when that day comes, there's no point in saying, I wish I'd have joined the Templars last month or last year when I had the chance, because it'll be too late then. Everything will be down. So, again, think seriously what you've just seen. Yep, have a good laugh at it, because we need to laugh at it because it's so ridiculous. But then think seriously, if these people turn nasty, which they will, what are you going to do about it? And what can you do about it? That's all from me. Again, my advice is stay close to God and you won't go far wrong. Thank you, and I'll see you again on the Templar Report.
The threat is real, and we are on the front line. In a world of misinformation and attacks from the left and mainstream media, censorship, deplatforming, it is time to call out the fake news and bring you the truth. We are the Knights Templar. Visit our website and join today. We are the Resistance. Deus Vult.